Time to talk about Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Brian Gutekunst. What is going on? Man, it seems like every single offseason we got an Aaron Rodgers story that is just not neat. It's not clean. It's not convenient. And my grandma used to always say, the truth is simple and lies are complex. And boy, here's another complex story surrounding Aaron Rodgers. All right, the Packers general manager, Brian Gutekunst, disputes Aaron Rodgers' claims. He says talks with Rodgers, quote, never transpired this offseason. Never transpired. Really? And when Aaron Rodgers announced his intention to play for the Jets, franchise legend said the Packers have been shopping him behind his back. Never hesitate to put him, and that he wished the team had more direct communication. Now, yesterday, the GM came out and said calmly, but forcefully, let me just push back on that assertion that we couldn't reach him. Let me tell you why we couldn't reach him. He's like, after multiple attempts and trying to get in contact with Aaron Rodgers, quote, I think at that point, I had to do my job. Messy situation. The Packers and Jets are still trying to work out a trade, and he's on record saying he wants that trade done sooner than later. It's a messy situation. We all know that. But how does it get messy? Big business like this, how does it get messy? Well, I got experience with this one. It starts off always with an uneven level of interest. I'm going to say it again. Uneven level of interest. Whether it's Aaron Rodgers and his interest in playing for the Green Bay Packers going forward, a little less or a little more than the Green Bay Packers wanting Aaron Rodgers to play for them going forward. Maybe it's a seesaw effect, right? It's like this, like Aaron Rodgers, I don't really want to play for him. And they're like, we really do, but not at this cost, not at this labor expense that we're paying just to get in touch with you. So it doesn't sound like Aaron Rodgers was readily available because, be real, it's almost like dating. Like, you find time for the girl you're trying to holler at, right? Ain't no busy in the world that's going to keep you from somebody you trying to talk to, somebody who's trying to reach you that you actually want to talk to, right? You use that line on the ones you don't want to talk to. You're like, oh, it's busy. Oh, man, I'm sorry. I just saw your message, man, a couple of days ago. I'm sorry. You're busy because you're preoccupied with things you're actually interested in. So when you guys can't have direct communication, we all know what's really happening. The Packers, y'all not that interested in Aaron Rodgers? And Aaron Rodgers, you're not that interested in the Packers right now. And y'all going to go through the song and dance to show that instead of directly saying that. Okay, so we got that going on. You tried to reach me and I wasn't available. I play this trick all the time, and everybody I know is laughing at me when I try and pull it. Like, oh, man, I called you. Why don't you hit me back? Oh, you called me? I ain't know. I don't check my voicemail. You ain't got to check your voicemail to know somebody called you, don't you? You just look at your phone. It says, call friend that you ain't about to call back. Like, that's what it says on the phone. So I'm tripping like, dog, why at this level, a big business with jobs on the line and millions and billions at stake, would they even go to such petty levels and play petty games? Well, let's talk about it. In big business, one thing that happens is there's a lot of bureaucracy, right? There's a lot of layers. There's an assistant, and then there's an executive assistant who's the vice president, who is the executive vice president's subordinate, who has a boss that is now the president, who he has to check in with the CEO, who has to check in with the chairman, who has to check in with the board. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's almost a telephone game. You get on the phone, hey, yo, check this out. Now repeat it. Somebody gonna get on the phone and say, yo, check this out. Somebody else gonna say, check this out. You losing words every single time you get down the line. And that's what happens. I went through this with my Charger situation when I got released. Long story short, I left the building shaking hands. Hey, Marcellus, good job. We understand what you were going through. A lot of double teams, triple teams. Hey, it wasn't on you. We didn't have the same personnel, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm easily available. I live right in the city. I lived in LA. I was back and forth Easily available. Did I get any phone calls? Did I get any phone calls? Why? Let's be real. Behind closed doors, they were working on a plan. And then when they came out from those closed doors, they wanted to execute that plan. So the way that you execute that plan is two ways. One, you don't let the other side know your plan. Or two, you act like you try to get in touch with them, but you really didn't try to get in touch with them. So obviously in that situation, you break ties. I had that situation happen in my last deal with Fox. To some degree, agent was calling, they didn't respond. They would call back the agent, and all of a sudden when he called back, they were like, well, what does he really want? He was like, the same thing we said yesterday. Here are the two worst words you hear in any negotiation. Yeah, but. Those are the two worst words. And Aaron Rodgers is hearing, yeah, but. You know why? Because, yeah, of course you want Aaron Rodgers. Of course Fox wanted me. The thing is, yeah, but. Oh, Marcellus want to do a show where he talking about transgenders one day, and then the next day he talking about rappers, and then the next day he talking about Aaron Rodgers, all on the same show? Really? And I know that didn't fit their business model. So, yeah, but. And how much does he want? He wants more? Yeah, but. And he wants to talk more? Yeah, but. And that's what happens. Aaron Rodgers, yeah, but. Because they got Jordan Love there. And when you have Jordan Love there, it's time to just figure out what it really is. Who is Jordan Love? Versus always chasing Aaron Rodgers and his ever-changing demands. I totally understand that. But when you become a veteran of this game, you get into that place where you want new challenges. And Aaron Rodgers wants a new challenge. And I'm sure he's presented himself with those new challenges time and time again in Green Bay. But now he's looking elsewhere for that new challenge, that breath of fresh air new challenge. Kind of similar. I understand it totally. So it's just simple, y'all. Do not get caught up in this back and forth. If they were really interested in each other, mutually interested in each other, there'd be no issue at all. Because just like y'all, if she's saying, yeah, let's go out tomorrow, and you want to go out with her tomorrow, guess what you're doing tomorrow? Y'all hanging out. So that's all this is. This situation is just crazy. I'm going to keep following it, but I'm just laughing how they playing these real petty dating child games with all this at stake, especially when you know Aaron Rodgers is one of the greats.